On today's collectible spot, we're having a look at the DC Direct. We're looking at DC Minimates Series 4, Batgirl and Bane. A bit of a rare set, unfortunately, now. A lot of the Minimates as a whole have gone up quite a bit, the DC Direct versions of them. And in this case, we got ourselves, if you ask me, a really neat set. We got Batgirl and Bane. Sure, it would have been nice that we got a Batman and Bane, all things considered. But still, to get a classic Batgirl, still not that bad. This is Series 4. This also comes to us from Art Asylum. And on the back of the package, it says DC Superheroes, the world's greatest superheroes crammed into a 2-inch body with 14 points of articulation. Other figures you can get from Series 4, we have Wildcat and Golden Age Flash. We, of course, have the Batgirl and Bane, Deadman and the Spectre, and finally, Steel and Cyborg Superman. Really nice. I'm going to take a bit of a break. I'm going to get this opened up, and I'm going to give you guys a better look at the Batgirl and Bane from DC Minimates Series 4. There's more to come, guys. Stay tuned. And we'll first have a look at Batgirl. Batgirl looks fantastic. We have Barbara Gordon as Batgirl here. Sporting the gray with the green. A little bit of the blue going on there. Just a really nice figure. Really nice Minimate. You can even see as well, she's got the little Batgirl pouch there, the little red pouch. We'll zoom into her face. Show you guys the detail on her face. Really nice work. You can even see too that she's got the little hair, her red hair peeking out the back of her cowl. I like that quite a bit. Now, if you don't prefer your Batgirl to have the mask on, she also does come with this. You can take the cowl and just give it a little bit of a lift, and you have yourself a bald Batgirl. Not for long. Just put the little hair on the back here. And just like that, you've got an unmasked Barbara Gordon. Now, very similar to the Harley Quinn, the fact that she comes with alternate hair is really nice. I like that, but if she is going to be sporting a Batgirl outfit, I would be more inclined to probably have her kept on. You know, I'd probably keep the cowl face on instead. But I like the aspect. I like the fact that you get the option that you could do either or. Just take the hair off here. You know what? I don't do nearly enough Minimates. I love these things, and I don't do nearly enough reviews. For all of you guys who have asked for Minimates, I apologize. I do apologize. In the way of her articulation, her head does rotate left and right. Now, being that she is a masked Minimate, the mask is going to kind of wiggle around more so than the actual head. But it will move up and down. In fact, I'll take the mask off. The head will move up and down and also rotate left and right. You could take the cape off if you want to. If you want to unpeg the head, you could do that. Just put the mask back on. The shoulders, the arms will move out, being that they're on a ball joint. They rotate left and right. You can also bend at the elbow, left and back and forth. Rotate at the wrist. You can rotate at the waist, like so. The legs will bend forward and out. There is a bend at the knee, and there's also a little swivel in the foot. Just a really solid Batgirl. No accessories, unfortunately. I guess her only accessory is really just the hair, but a Batarang would have been nice. I'm still all right though with the fact that we just got a really solid Batgirl, all things considered. Batgirl, rating it as if it's a Minimate after all, so you can't compare apples to oranges. As a Minimate, I'm going to give Batgirl here an 8.5. Just all around a solid figure. You can't go wrong. Speaking of can't go wrong, you definitely can't go wrong with this guy. We're looking at Bane next. I'm going to zoom the camera back a bit because Bane is quite a behemoth. What I like about Bane is the fact that DC Direct has decided to make him considerably larger. So they've swapped out the standard Minimate body with that of a larger Minimate. You can see that his torso is much larger, his arms are considerably larger, his head as well as longer legs. And there's just a size comparison between the two. It is what it should be. Bane's head. Unfortunately, I got some bad news here, but we'll get into that in a second. Bane is just a really large Minimate, and that's the way it should be if you ask this guy. We zoom into his face, we get a very rewarding, there's no mouth, there's no breathing mask, which is fine. I like the look of the new Bane coming out, but what we get is a classic style Bane mask. I love that. It does look as if the mask can come off because you can see a flesh color underneath, but I've made efforts to try to take the mask off and it doesn't seem to want to. So I'm going to imagine that you can't take it off, even if you can. Unfortunately though, there's a little peg hole that we can just peg the nozzle back in there. There we go. You can see on the back that he's got his venom tube running from his apparatus on his arm, all the way up the side of his arm, all the way to the back of his head, and peg into the back of his mask. You can also see the nice zipper work all the way up the side, all the way up the top. Really nice. On the front, we get a very rugged, ripped Bane, complete with his belt, his gloves, fingerless gloves, and then he's just solid black legs. And with similar to the Batgirl, Bane's articulation is he's got a swivel back and forth on the head, a rotation. You can move the head up and down. The arms will move out, back and forth, bend at the elbow, rotation in the hand. I guess if you had a Batman, you could really have Bane breaking the Batman over his knee if you wanted to. He also does have a swivel in the waist. Now, unfortunately, you know what? Maybe the Bane doesn't because he has the larger torso. No, there is no swivel in the waist. And the legs can bend in and out, back and forth, a bend at the knee, and of course that bend in the swivel in the foot as well. You can't go wrong with, if you're collecting Minimates, you can't go wrong with a Bane Minimate such as this. This is just a perfect Minimate. The only real critique I'd have is the fact that this hose keeps wanting to unpeg from his mask. But still, you can't go wrong with this guy. I would definitely say worth picking up. Unfortunately, he is going to be a little more of this, as with most Minimates are nowadays. And while I gave her a considerably high score, I gotta give Bane, in the realm of Minimates, I gotta give Bane a 10. Now it also helps I love Bane, but I'm gonna give Bane a 10. Today's collectible spot, we're having a look at the DC Minimates Series 4. We're looking today at Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. We're also looking at Bane. A must-have set if you ask Spot. Thanks for watching. Let me know down below what you think of this set. Maybe let me know as well what you would give a rating on this particular set. And I will see you guys next time.